This is Mellissa Thomas for Florida National News. We're coming to you from Tallahassee for Commissioner of Agriculture-elect Nikki Fried's inauguration celebration. Tonight we'll be hearing remarks from her as well as several of the elected officials that will be in attendance here tonight. And we heard that there will be a performance from Wyclef Jean. So stay tuned right here for our coverage of the inauguration celebration as well as that performance from Wyclef. This is Mellissa Thomas coming to you from Tallahassee. You were able to get the victory in a mostly Republican cabinet. So speak to female Democrats that will be running in the future. What are your tips for them?
You know, the reality is that we had a record number of women running this year, both here in the state of Florida and across the country. And as you have to put yourself out there, not be afraid to take power, knowing that you've got as much strength and charisma and passion, and put yourself out there because it's going to work out. And just wake up every day wanting to change the world, and you'll make it happen. Day one priority is making sure that we are starting to see things that we were campaigning on, such things as expansion of medical marijuana. I know that tomorrow we have one of the hearings on the smoking case. I'm hopeful that Governor-elect DeSantis is going to actually drop the case and not the appeal. And if not, then we have a mission ahead of us to persuade him otherwise. Also with water quality issues, making sure that we are putting people in place throughout the entire state who recognize the importance of water quality for generations to come.
It meets as a clemency board for the first time on Friday. There's not much detail out there about what is going to be addressed. Do you have any insight on that?
Unfortunately, I don't have that much more insight than what you all have, but regardless, I'll be bringing up to make sure that Groveland Four gets taken care of, if not on Friday, as soon as possible. I think I've made it very clear where I am on this position, that it's a justice that should have been served a long time ago, and I had plans to make sure that the right is wrong, the wrong is right as soon as possible.
Last question. There's a bill going through the legislature right now, and at first glance, it would take a decent bit of authority from your office and put it in FDLE, which, as you know, can be controlled by people in power. Republicans right now, majority of the cabinet and the governor. Do you see that as a relinquishing of authority by putting the concealed weapons in the Senate?
As I've said throughout the entire campaign, our #1 priority is making sure that Floridians are safe. And so doing so, we are doing a comprehensive review of the program. We're going to make some systematic changes internally, making sure that full-time employees are actually reviewing these applications, and we're going to make some changes. And so as we go through this process, I want to make sure that regardless of where this gets put, if it's changing it internally in my office under ag law or moving into another agency, my #1 priority is getting it right.
Well, we're very excited about the potential and the possibilities for Commissioner-elect Nikki Fried to really be a game changer here in Tallahassee and throughout our state, whether it's helping out with the mainstays that she talked about, medical marijuana and marijuana reform, water issues and fighting red tide, or whether it's dealing with the weapons crisis that we've had here. These are issues she's going to focus on, but in addition, there's going to be a lot that she can help out with Florida agriculture, with energy and renewables and climate change. So there's a lot of things that she'll have in an ambitious agenda just within her jurisdiction, let alone the work she'll be able to do on the cabinet and with the legislature. So in her statutory powers, she is the boss and is going to be able to get things done by sheerly her jurisdiction, but there will have to be some compromise to get things done in the cabinet, and then we will really be pressing upon our state senators, particularly the Democrats and some moderate Republicans, to make sure we don't have any power plays to mess with her department and her jurisdiction over the next couple sessions. So that'll be one of the big battles you'll see.
I think it's awesome. I think she'll do a great job, get things done, and change a lot of things that need to be changed. So hopefully 2019 will be a great year for all of us.
I'm expecting a lot of leadership from her office, and I feel that these 4 years are going to show her positions and how she's going to lead in her agriculture and helping the community, the consumers. And let's put it this way, the governorship is up in 2022, so we could have a woman running for governor as well, so let's see how she does, being the only Democrat up in the cabinet. So it's going to be an uphill battle, but I'm sure that she can do it. She has the qualifications. She can do this.
I'm just very excited to have the first woman Commissioner of Agriculture, and she's someone who's already indicated that she is about human rights and civil rights, not only the marijuana issue, but Groveland Four, and to be here for the first Democratic member of the cabinet in a very long time. It's just very exciting.
Happy to be here to celebrate our new agriculture commissioner, who's actually a Democrat. So it's been a long time coming, and happy to see Commissioner Nikki Fried currently in that position.
And what are your expectations? What do you think that she should be working on? What are your priorities?
Well, one thing in particular is something that we have been working on as a legislature for the past several years. Has been issues relating to the Groveland Four. And so we're looking for her to sort of take that as a priority. I know the executive board will be dealing with that here this upcoming week. So looking forward to kind of hearing how she will tackle that as it relates to legislation that we passed on last year as it relates to the Groveland Four, and looking to see how we get to become successful with making sure we correct our wrongs as it relates to those gentlemen involved in that case.
Yeah, it's a big deal. I mean, Nikki Fried ran an incredible campaign that focused on the needs of everyday Floridians. She's talked about water quality, access to medical cannabis, really drawing a vision for the future that was inclusive to all people. And her victory is a big deal, not just for Democrats, but I think for Floridians, because it also was a resounding decision taking a stance away from the NRA. And Nikki Fried was very passionate about her stance around concealed weapons permits, and so her victory really does speak to a changing tide on Floridians' perceptions of firearms.
And I think that's a very great moment for Democrats. 20 years after GOP being AG all the time, I think this is a good thing for us. It's a history for us. I said I cannot miss that. I have to be here today, regardless how much how busy I am in Miami. But I came here just to celebrate that historical moment.
Well, I think it's important. I think it's important not just because of the area that she has jurisdiction over, but who she is as a person, and how she wants to lead, engaging people, engaging Floridians, trying to move us forward, as one state. And so I appreciate that. I appreciate her leadership, and I'm happy to be up here to support her.
Absolutely. And then real quick, give us a little plug into Jazz in the Gardens. Tell us what we can expect.
Listen, Jazz in the Gardens, March 9th and 10th, Lionel Richie, Teddy Riley, Backstreet, Jagged Edge, Bobby Brown, Stephanie Mills. I promise you an extraordinary concert on the stage, an extraordinary party in the audience. Let's get it.
We are not going to be Washington, D.C. We are going to make sure that Floridians are put first and that we are a new hope for Florida. So we are here today to celebrate a new chapter for the state. And I am so honored for all of the hard work that so many of you have put into this campaign. And we have so many elected officials, and I am so excited to work with each and every one of you as we build the future of our state. So thank you again for being here tonight, and let's celebrate.
No fighting.
Ladies!
No fighting.
Here we go, come on!
Never really knew that you could dance like this.
Like this, come on, Nikki!
Spanish.
Sí, sí, Nikki, hey!
Baby, when you talk like that.
Come on, hey! Bust it.
As you can see behind me, Wyclef Jean is rocking the stage right now as we wrap up Commissioner-elect Nikki Fried's inauguration celebration. The swearing-in ceremony is tomorrow morning, so stay tuned right here at Florida National News for our coverage of the swearing-in ceremony. And as you can see, tonight's celebration has been a blast. The room was packed full of elected officials, folks who are connected to Nikki Fried and connected with the Tallahassee community as a whole. This is Mellissa Thomas coming to you from Tallahassee.